Welcome, Aquarius. This is your weekly focus. January the 28th through to February the 3rd, 2019. My name is Telly. This is Tarot with Telly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Let's turn to the cards. The energy is intense. It's a very strong week for us. Let's see how to maneuver through this energy. We start with, look at this, the Hierophant, your wisdom. Look at this, sage wisdom coming out right out of the gate for you. Wow, people want to hear what you are saying. When you are talking, people are sitting up straight. They are taking notice. There is a lot of sage wisdom that you can attach to this week. So it is, wow. Let's see what other cards come out. Oh, the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords. I wish that didn't happen. I hope that doesn't happen. The worries, the concerns, the fears, the anxieties. But you know, it follows the Hierophant. So we might just be tapping into a lot of our wisdom. And, you know, when it's revealed to ourselves, it doesn't match our reality. And so we kind of have this internal dialogue going on of, if I feel this way, then why am I in this position? Or if I know this, then why am I not doing that? And it's a connection. It's a positive connection to move you into directions that you thought were roadblocked before. Oh, and the High Priestess on the other side. Wow. Your magic. It's the magic within you. Sit in quiet contemplation this week and see the magic that lies within you with your sage wisdom here. And so, yeah, I can see these sleepless nights happening for you. Absolutely. You might want to plan for that. But I think you work a lot of things out. So, you know, make time for this in your life. This is the week to maybe journal and just start writing. Maybe about your greatest strengths or an idea that you once had or the magic that you feel lays within you that you need to bring out more or celebrate more or embrace more. Have conversations about it. You know, ask for you know, a mentor or something to sit down with you, or somebody's opinion you respect, and just talk about where you want to go, who you want to become, what you want to step into. It could be relationship. It could, yeah, it could be 1,001 things. What matters? What's your passions right now? What's your desires? What's your goals? And talk about those things. You know, schedule this time so that you're not laying awake in bed at 3 in the morning. Okay. Work, career. Look at this. The Four of Cups. Somebody else got the Four of Cups. You know, and this is where we start to feel this lack for things that we've never had in our life. Okay. So, you know, a wild example is you always pray for $1 million to come into your life. And you know what? After you start doing that for a while, your brain starts to say, I don't have $1 million. I can't, I'm stuck because I don't have that million. I need that million. I'm not sure what I need that million for, but I need that million. And so we start to get this lack perception in our mind, and we stop appreciating what is truly around us. You ever look back at a part of your life and say, wow, I wish I had what I had then, with the wisdom to utilize it properly this time forward? You know, so we look back on something that we once had and we feel the vacant loss of it in our life, or we're projecting so far forward without any kind of tangible or sensible foundation, and we start to feel this lack, that we're not good enough, that we won't ever have, that we're not complete without it. Of course you're already complete. So, yes, this is the gratitude card. Now, it's coming out in work and career, your vocation, successes, achievements, recognition in the world. your world. And we're not realizing where we already have that in our lives. And this is also kind of calling into a divine patience. So I don't usually get this with this card, but this week for the readings, um, it's about being grateful about, yes, what we have, but it's more of a sense of why we're feeling like we don't have. And so long as we are saying, I don't have, I better pray for it again because I don't have. And when you start saying, I don't have, you will not have. Plain and simple. So it's about releasing that kind of expectation and going with the flow and seeing what opportunities open up for you, what people enter your life, what events start to call upon you, what people are taking notice in you. Remember, your voice is very strong this week, huh? I kid you not. The Tower card. Now, this is relationships. And you can look back at, if this is your sun sign, then maybe look at your rising, your moon sign. I've warned just about every sign about this self-love, and it starts with you. And so you might get some kind of, well, with these cards, some kind of spiritual wisdom coming in. And with the High Priestess and the Hierophant here, some kind of spiritual wisdom coming in that allows you to see your worth, your value, that you are deserving enough. Because another thing is if you are wishing for that $1 million to come, but you really don't think that you deserve a million, but it'd be nice. We disconnect from that dream completely because we really don't think we are truly deserving of it or we are worthy of it. And this is tearing down some of those walls that you've built up about, you're stronger than you think. You're wiser than you think. You can accomplish more than you believe. And something comes in to tear down that barrier and allows you to understand, nothing is taken away from us in life with the Tower card that isn't supposed to go. And what's Pluto doing this week? Pluto squaring Mars. My goodness. So that would be your communications, right? And it's about your spirituality. So spiritual communication. I think they're opposing. We have a square there. So you might be having a debate within yourself about the reality and the rationality and the up in the cloud kind of thinking. So once again, the up in the cloud kind of thinking might be that $1 million. And we get sensible, we get realistic about where we want to go and who we want to go forward with. But this is a change within you, I think, more, the love and relationships. No, there could be people trying to control you, or uh, you trying to control them, or challenge us in some way, like trying to give us a little bit of, saying something derogatory or something to kind of get our egos, hit our egos. And so, we're standing up, like you said, what about me? You can say a lot of things about me, but you are not talking about that about me. It's kind of like we get our dander up, right? And then we lose control, right? The minute we get angry, we lose control. And it's kind of like they're trying to control you in some way. And yeah, there's people that have control over our lives, and then we give it, right? We give our power away sometimes in order for things to come back. So, we say to our employer, we'll work so many hours for you, because we know then that we will be able to feed and clothe ourselves and the people we love. So yes, we give and take. So make sure that there's a give and take within relationships. So, I mean, this could be a lover. This could be a parent, a child, a sibling. This could be your best friend. This could be somebody that you're close to in the work environment or the community. Or this could be an internal spiritual release for yourself, or wisdom coming in, shifting your paradigm, moving you into a new dimension is what I heard. So we'll stick with that. And the Hangman, well, we are in a 3-year. And if you add up 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9, you end up with a 12 before you end up with the 3, because you always boil it down to a single digit. You always reduce 2. So 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 equals 12. 1 plus 2 is 3, and we have the Hangman. The Hangman's all about accepting what is. The Hangman is all about ending some sort of struggle or giving up some kind of control. So maybe it's you have the control, maybe where you're trying to control the situation or the relationship too much and needing to go more with the flow. The Hangman is about taking time to reflect, taking time to just be in the now and experience the reality of your moment, your day, your routines. It's about surrender and sacrifice. And so if I were to lay it down on the board right now, the 9 of Swords would be right over top of it. So I think this is probably where we'll have the most work to accomplish this week. It could be getting over ourselves. It could be needing to take time to truly reflect. So schedule your time. It could be about putting your ego aside. We have the Tower card out here. It is about letting go, and maybe we really don't want to let go, or we're afraid to let go, or we get anxiety because we think we need to let go. It's accepting what is, what you have control over, what you don't have control over. Where you can put your energy or your time or your focus, and where it's just not feasible, it's not sensible. Even if you had all the commitment in the world, you couldn't go in that direction because it's not a sensible, thought out plan. Well, now, do we have any minor cards here? Aquarius. It's a challenging week for you, but a very strong and beautiful week. I mean, with the Hierophant sitting on one side, the High Priestess on the other. My goodness. I mean, you have the best of both worlds for tools. You have the reality of the now and being in the moment, because I don't think that'll be overly hard for you, because we do have two cards here, the Hangman and the Four of Cups, which pulls us in. The High Priestess even pulls us in. So you have the mental strength and you have the spiritual strength. And it's coming together, with the 9 of Swords there, with the Hangman underneath. So, let's see if we can do that for you. Let's see if we can do that for you. You can see it, because seeing it is, so they're sitting on the board like that, right? We had the Hierophant, then the 9 of Swords, then, of course, the beautiful High Priestess came out, and we ended the reading with the Hangman. And so when you look at those cards, the way they're sitting, it's about using all your resources, your sage wisdom and your intuition and your magic, and think things through. Let go of the control, perhaps. Surrender to what you need to surrender to in order to really move forward. Maybe it is your ego getting in the way. For love, relationships, the Tower and the Hierophant actually touch. So it's using your wisdom in relationships. It's for the betterment of all. I think you have a strong voice, so you can have a lot of strong communications with a lot of wisdom attached to it with the people you love, the people that are closest this week. And then the High Priestess with the Four of Cups. You know, immediately when I said that together, wow. You just have to realize that you are worth it and you are deserving of it, and the magic will come flowing in. So stop sitting there so sad underneath that tree, thinking that you'll never get your dreams. The High Priestess is here to say, oh, yes, you can. But first, you have to believe that you already have the tools around you in order to go forward. You need to change your perception in some way, your gratitude for what you have in the present moment, and not worry so much about the things that you lack or you don't have. Because chances are you didn't have them in the first place. There's really nothing missing in your life. So it's just reprogramming yourself. And of course, making the commitment with the Hierophant as our first card. We want to be the planners of our destiny. And you can make some very strong decisions this week in your life to really change things. Think about it. And give yourself time to reflect on the right decisions going forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.